What a great yard selling day we had.
It was a great yard selling day. Saturday, April the 26th, and we did pretty good. So we thought we'd share with you all the good stuff we got.
Yes.
Yes. So we spent, just for reference, as you see us go through this, we spent $460. So spent a good little bit of money, but I feel like
We're going to make a lot.
yeah, I think we're going to do really good. So we're going to take you with us stop by stop and share with you what we got, some of the key items I'll talk about, try to let you know what we paid for it, and put some comps up on the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, without further ado, that's what we'll do. All right, so we headed out of the house, what, 6:45? 6:45-ish. We had a 7:30 yard sale, right? That we had saw. The ones we really wanted to go to started at 8, and one of them was gated, so we knew there was no early start. So anyway, Robin had came across one that was a 7:30 start, so we just went over there to get started. UPS is coming, and the only thing we found there was some horror movies. 5 horror movies, and this plush, and this little tractor, and this Cabela bag, and we paid what, $5 for all of it. These will go in our store. Probably all of this will go in our retail store here in Myrtle Beach. And then, so we left there and we're heading back to the estate, not the estate sale, the community yard sale, where we really wanted to start. Sorry about that. So anyway, we saw a sign on the road. So what did we do?
We stopped.
We stopped. And I'm glad we did, because down here, it's all right here, right? This is the next stuff we found. So we came across all these video games. This ammo box, old ammo box that's got stuff in it, a knife, a compass, a canteen. So it's not just, it wasn't just an ammo box that had stuff in it. A sealed model airplane. There was 14 video games and 2 Coach purses, right? That's all came from here. There's one other video game that you don't see here because it's already sold. It was 50 cents, the Bullet. Now, we paid, what'd you pay for the purses? $60 for the purses, and I'm not sure. I know that may seem like a lot, but they are authentic Coach purses, and if Robin says we're buying purses, she knows them, so we bought purses, right? And then the rest of this, we paid $75. That may seem a little steep.
But how much did the game sell for?
So we've already sold 2 games. We sold 50 cents the Bullet, and then this one sold just this morning. So as soon as we do this video, we're gonna get it out with the shipment. So those 2 games have sold for $60. Now, granted, there's fees and whatnot out of that, but for the most part, that leaves the rest of these games here as profit for us to sell, probably in the store. Yeah, probably in the store. And then we have this model. We might put it on eBay since it's sealed, I'm not sure. And then this is really good stuff. Stuff like this is really good for our retail store. So 75 and 30 there. And I'm like, first stop, we've already spent a bunch of money, but it gets better. Okay, where was next? Next stop, we're into the community yard sale, right? So the first place we go to, and it's already getting busy there, Robin finds it, and this is at the same place, she finds all this Polo Ralph Lauren stuff. So 2 jackets, a pair of, are those like sleeping pants?
New with tags.
New with tags. These have a tag on them somewhere, and I'll probably knock it all down trying to show you, but just, they really do have a tag. Oh, right there it is. New with tags. And then a sweater. That was separate from the golf clubs I'm getting ready to show you, and I don't remember how much you paid for that.
$2, 10, 13.
$13 for that. And then she wanted $75 for this bag of clubs. So I paid it. So you've got a Sun Mountain bag that'll sell in our store. I'm not sure what we'll get for it, but it'll be pretty good. There is stuff in here. It came with a beanie. There's a pair of golf shoes in there. Those are FootJoys that were in the bag. You know, some balls down here. Just a few golf balls that always do good. And then the clubs themselves are not, the irons are not great. But what I saw in here were 1 ping putter, 2 ping putters, 3 ping putters, and then, you know, just an old TaylorMade, what is it? It's an R something, R7 I think, but it's in really good condition. All the grips and everything are good on these. So I think that'll do really good. I'll put that back on in a minute. And then there's some Big Bertha clubs in here. These do really good at the store. They actually sell on eBay, so we'll see. But a Big Bertha 3 wood, a Big Bertha 7. Now I might put that on eBay because you don't see the 7s a whole lot. Well, and here's the 5. So I don't know. I might sell the 3 of those together, the 3, 5, and the 7. But anyway, you know, I'll probably get $50 at least for the bag, and you know, probably 25, $30 for the driver. So basically the bag and the driver is going to cover what we paid for it. Then everything else in here is going to be profit. And like I said, these are just knockoff irons, turbo power. They're like a Callaway knockoff, but you know, I'll get 20 or 25, $30 for the set of them at the store. So anyway, that was stop number 2. Stop number 3, I've already forgot. Where was stop number 3? Stop number 3 was these 2 clubs right here. Just by themselves. Honestly, we were getting ready to walk away from there, and Robin pointed over. They had a little table set up, and she pointed over behind the table to some clubs. So I beep-bop around there, and I saw this this Callaway Fusion 10-degree driver, and I'll be honest, I didn't even know this club, but it looked interesting enough. It's a Moonwood 8. It's probably one of those, like, you know, from a TV infomercial or something like that, but I asked him how much he wanted for them, and he said, how about $4 each? Well, I knew that was worth more than 4. I knew that was at least a $20 club. This one I was interested enough to take a chance. Well, it turns out it's about a $90 club. So anyway, we'll turn that $4 into over 100, or right at 100 after fees and everything. So that was stop 3. Then I'm thinking we wandered on up through there. Oh, then we come to these head covers. So we walk into the garage, and not much in there, a lot of glass stuff that I don't like to fool with because I'll break it. But laying on the table was some head covers, and I was looking at them. I don't remember exactly what I said, but she's like, we already sold the clubs, but we got these head covers left. And I asked her how much, and she said she wanted, I think, $3 or $4 each. I don't, it's one or the other. And I said, would you take 10 for the 4 of them? And she's like, sure. So, and she said, you can have those tees. And I'm like, okay, because we'll put these tees in the store, and they sell. We'll put $1 or $2 or something on them. We've already sold this one. It's going to get shipped out here as soon as we finish this video, and it's sold for $18 or $19, I think. Anyway, you'll see the sold up on the screen. And I just listed this one for, I think, $16. no, I'm sorry, this one for 16. And then I still got the list, this Epic and that X2 Hot. So there won't be a ton of profit in there, but they're real easy to list, real easy to ship, and it keeps me stuff, good listings going into the golf category, because I think the more you list in a category, you know, the more you're going to sell in that category. So anyway, that was, but here's what concerned me. She said somebody's already got the clubs. So I told Robin, I said, wow, we're behind somebody that's buying all, you know, some other resellers ahead of us buying golf clubs. But man, as it turned out, we had a really, really good golf club day.
Mm-hmm.
Did we not?
We did.
Say that louder.
We had a really good golf club day.
She whispers back there behind the camera.
But I'm closer to the...
Well, okay. We're trying to keep you in order with us. So after there, I had all this in my head. Where did we go next, Robin? Where did we go next? Help me.
I don't know.
All right, we'll pretend we went here next. So, can you see me? I'll pull this out. So this is going to be, we stopped the car, there's a couple of yard sales, one on one side of the road, one on the other. I saw golf clubs on a table, so I went that way. It's up the street a little bit, and Robin went across the street. So across the street she went and got ice trays. Are these Ray Dunn?
Mm-hmm.
These Ray Dunn bowls. And this NutriBullet with the accessories. And she's going to have to tell you how much she paid for that. Because I really don't know. I was over there buying golf clubs.
We paid $10 for everything.
$10 for all that. Okay.
Now the ice trays are for us. And then I'm not sure about the NutriBullet if it'll go on eBay or the store. But the Ray Dunn's definitely for the store.
I think those NutriBullets are fairly expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see where that needs to go. And then in the interim, I was over there buying these clubs. So spent $35. First he wanted $30 for the irons. So this, he wanted this TaylorMade burner to go with it. For, I guess because it's a 5, and then he's got a 6, 7, 8, 9, and pitch and wedge. So it's a mismatch. They're all kind of, even this is a mismatch. So I'm not sure I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to sell this one individually. I might sell them all individually. But it was $30 for these, and I knew this right here would probably cover the $30, and then everything else would be free. And he had this old bag boy bag with the rotating top on it, and he wanted 10 for it, and it's in okay shape. It'll be for the store. We'll probably get $30 for it at the store, but it's got some wear and stuff. And I said, hey, would you take $35 for the clubs in the bag? And he was like, sure. So off we went. So I think we're going to do just fine here with that purchase. Okay, so then after that, what do we got left? Okay, we're heading back out. We've already, and we were heading out and going back out the same way we came in. And we look over at a place we'd already stopped and didn't buy anything. But then we saw these golf clubs setting out. Now keep in mind, when we first came through there, it was just 8 o'clock. So some people were still just bringing stuff out. And I guess that's what happened here. This couple was still just bringing stuff out. And I saw the Cleveland golf bag. And I knew that would do really good in our store. We get probably anywhere $70, $80 for these older leather bags with, you know, nice print on them in the store. And we have this one guy that comes in and he buys almost like in bulk from us. He probably resells it. I don't really know. Don't really care because we make money. But anyway, he was saying clubs are left-handed, and I'm like, you know, I don't really care about that. I wanted the bag, And there was some decent clubs in here. These MG Golf. You got a, I'm trying to remember what it was. They're a 3, 4, and a 5 hybrid. So if you can see those, they're MG Golf, which it's not a high-end brand, but it does sell. And I'll be able to sell the 3, 4, and 5 with matching covers together. And then you got a nice MG Golf putter that'll be for the store, and a few random low-end clubs for the store. But the thing is, it's left-handed, so we get folks coming in a lot, you know, asking for left-handed clubs, just because you don't see as many around the flea markets. And then just it's not a very good. It's just a generic, some off-brand driver. But anyway, so he only wanted $15 for all of it. You know, how do you really say no on that? And almost all of these. Here's the other thing. When I started looking in it, there's like a rain jacket in there. So you got this Guinness rain jacket was in there, and there's also another rain jacket in here. Where did I put it? You know, you can like edit this part. Here it is. So it's a Kahlua. Isn't Kahlua some kind of like a mixer or something?
It is an alcoholic beverage.
Anyway, so you got a Kahlua. So for $15, I got the clubs and 2 rain jackets. Oh, and then I paid another $5. He had 2 pairs of Crocs down there, and he wanted $5 for both of them. So we sell Crocs okay in the store. These are not in great shape or nothing, but I figured, you know, we'll get something for them at the store, will we not? More than 5?
Probably.
Is that not you're not sure?
No, we will. At least 12 each.
Okay, so good. I didn't do bad. Robin didn't get out of the car and come with me on this one. She just sat there because I was just running up to get the golf clubs because we'd really already been there. But they brought more stuff out. All right, so now we leave this neighborhood, and there's another neighborhood one across the road. So, and by this time it's getting to be, what time's it getting to be?
8:45 maybe? 9 o'clock?
Probably 8:45. And keep in mind, we have to be, one of us has to be at the store by 10 to open the store. So we knew we were running short on time, but we were going to run through this neighborhood and just see what we could find. So we're going along, and first thing I come up to is some golf clubs, which is this one right here. So I jump out and go up there to see, and I get there and there's a guy actually looking at this bag of clubs. So I try to act like I'm not interested, and so I just wander around, look at some other stuff, and he's looking really hard at this M2 TaylorMade, and I'm like, oh boy, there it goes. That one's gonna go, because obviously that's the one that got my eye. And he keeps looking, moves on, not interested, I guess. So anyway, so I come up and start looking at him, and ask her how much for the clubs, and she wanted, I think, 60 or 65. And I tried to see, I honestly asked her if she would be interested in selling them without these irons, because I really didn't want the irons, I didn't want these, I really wanted this and this and the bag. But she didn't want to break it up, and so she said, well, I'll do 50 for all of it. So I got this really nice TaylorMade M2. It's a 5 hybrid. I've already listed it. I think I listed it around $100, close to. I mean, it's in great shape. This TaylorMade burner driver's probably going to be in the $35, $40 range. And then this is a Sun Mountain Pebble Beach bag. that's basically brand new. I mean, I don't even think it's really been used. And it's got the head cover. You know, it came with some tees and accessories, but it also has this St. Andrews towel, which is probably $15 just, you know, just for the towel. I think the bag's probably about $100 bag, maybe a little bit more. So got about $100 club, about a $35 club, $100 bag, $15 towel. I don't know what else might be stuck in some of these other pockets. There's something in here. Oh, all these head covers. They're just generics, but we'll put them all together and put them down at the store for a few dollars, so we'll get something out of that. And then the irons, they'll just be really cheap at the store because they're very low end irons. But anyway, $50. Feeling good about it. And then we get to what ends up being our last sale of the yard sale of the day, which honestly is our best, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to set the clubs out of the way and come back to the clubs. Because Robin walked on up to this sale. I'm still here finishing up this, and she texted me and said there's a bunch of golf clubs up here. You know, she had just walked 4 or 5 houses up. So I pull on up there after I get the clubs in there, and she's already working on a deal for these Bose speakers. So it's Bose 301s, and then a Customass 5 sub. I think the people thought it all went together, and it can, but it's not designed to go together. Like the 301s are self-standing, and then the subs should have the little tweeters with it, but they didn't have those. But anyway, so the speakers and this, she just gave you that, didn't she? We kind of did it separate than the clubs, so I know the speakers were $25.
We paid $25 for all of that.
Okay, we paid $25 for all this. So the 301s are, what was we looking up? 100 and
I think
like 200 free ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
About 150 plus ship because, you know, they're heavy. Now, one of our kids may be wanting these, so they may never get resold, but we'll see, right?
Mm-hmm.
He may want them, may not. And this will probably go to the store.
Yes.
And I don't know. Are you going to use that?
Probably not today. We'll probably take it to the store and see how it does.
Midnight Ruby.
You want to see me with that color?
I don't. Maybe. You want to see me with that color?
Yes, I do.
Nothing like a red skin. All right. So, but then, so here was the deal. So I'm gonna fix it back like it was. So she had this bag and all these clubs right here were marked at $125. Then these 3 clubs, a TaylorMade M2 high launch, a Cleveland launcher, it's a left-handed driver, and this Hanma driver, she had marked at $10 each. Okay, that's 3 steals right there at $10 each. Just 3 really good buys. I was looking at this trying to decide, because it's well worth it. I'm just like, here's the thing, we'd set a budget of $400. That's all we were going to spend, and I knew we were going to go over if I bought them, but I also knew it'd be hard to pass, because you'll see. So she said, I'll take 100. No. She said, I'll take 80, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said, I'll take 80 for the bag. And I said, well, what if I get these clubs too? And she said, well, with those clubs, the best I could do would be 100. And there's no way to not buy that. So $100 for all this. So you got what is basically $100 club right here. You got this is over $100. And then this left-handed Cleveland launcher is probably, I don't know, I hadn't comped one, but it's probably at least $30, right? So probably $230-ish right there, if not more. All right, then in here, you got a TaylorMade R9. You got a TaylorMade burner driver. I don't really know what this is, but I looked it up, and it's expensive. So we got it. And then we got another, this is a ladies club, but a ladies 3-wood with the cover, TaylorMade, arrow burner. We've got this Exotics 4 hybrid. We have a full set of Cobra gravity back irons. We have the 3 all the way down to a sand wedge. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pitch and sand wedge. That's about $120 set of irons. They're all in really nice condition, nice grips. We have the matching bag that was just full of stuff. Like down here in the bag, you got all these golf balls. There's actually Titleist Pro V1s in the mix right there. Titleist Pro V1s. There's several of them in here. I'm trying to think what else was in this bag. Anyway, let's just say it's good. And then you got this TaylorMade Ardmore 2 putter. Now it's got plenty of paint wear and stuff on it, but I mean it's still a really nice putter. And then you got a couple of low end 3 and 5 woods here. So I'm thinking, where did I say it was over here?
$230.
$230. This is going to be probably $100 bag in the store. $330. The irons about $120. So $450. I don't know. Probably $80 right there. $530. This is almost $100 by itself. Say $610. $650 with this. So I don't know. I think we're going to turn that $100 somewhere into $650. Maybe we'll track it and see.
Do you remember why she gave you a deal on them?
I don't know. I was just happy to get it.
So we were at the yard sale. Her husband went to other yard sales and left her to man theirs.
Oh.
So men, watch out when you're...
She is a... I recognized her. She probably recognized us too, because I see her and her husband out at yard sales all the time. I see them buying a lot of shoes and stuff, and then every so often they have a yard sale. They're probably like the rest of us. Every now and then you just end up with more stuff than you know what to do with, and so you have your own yard sale. But I don't know. So she was just she made the price, and I really couldn't believe it, because one, this was like, we needed to leave, right? To get, like I said, we have to be at the store at 10, so it was getting at the point of the day, it's like, we got to get out of here. And the neighborhood was like jammed. We couldn't hardly even get out. So, I mean, these had been sitting there for at least 2 hours. Had they not, I mean, at least 2 hours. No, hour and a half.
Yeah.
Been sitting there about an hour and a half. So in Myrtle Beach, golf clubs tend to go really fast. There's a lot of people resell golf clubs in this area. So, I don't know. You just never know. I'm glad they were there. So anyway, and I think that wrapped our day. Did it not? That was it. So $450 for all this stuff we just shared with you. I don't know. How do you think we did? Let us know. We'd love to hear your opinion. But now we got to get it listed and get it sold and get it to the store. So that's what we'll be working on. Thank you.